Hey, I'm Hannah Barnes from Canyon Shan Racing Team and welcome to the Voxwomen Cycling Show.
Coming up in this month's show, we have the exciting conclusion of the National Women's Road Series in the UK. We bring you all the action from the UCI Women's World Tour, heading to France for the one-day showpiece Grand Prix Plouay. But first up, Norway play host to one of the World Tour's stage races, the Ladies Tour. The first stage saw the peloton race 127.7 kilometres from Rakkestad to Meissen. The course was rolling with plenty of punchy short climbs before a technical 6.3 kilometre circuit. With 39.5k to go, Lucinda Brand of Team Sunweb attacked, stringing out the once compact peloton. The surge of pace saw the groups split. Canadian Bowles-Dolman's domestique Caroline Canuel saw her chance to attack and took it. With little cooperation behind, she built up a lead of over a minute. Sunweb rider Floorta Mackay countered, but was left dangling in the gap. With one lap to go, Canuel had 37 seconds over the peloton, led by Mitchelton Scott. And the chase was on. In the final 100 metres, Canuel was caught as an almighty sprint was unleashed to the line, Marianne Vos jumping early. She was matched by Amelia Farlin, but the legendary Dutchwoman took the win on stage one, and therefore the overall race lead. .127k from Fredrikstad to Sarpsborg lay ahead on stage two, with Voss in the leader's jersey. Wind and rain greeted the riders at the start line, and it was not long before the action began to hot up. Kasia Nieuwedoma picked up more points at the Queen of the Mountains climb, before Marianne Vos gained valuable seconds, winning the intermediate sprint. Team Sunweb tried to split the bunch in the crosswinds, and once again it was Floorta Mackay on the attack. But she was not allowed to get away. Marianne Vos won the second intermediate sprint, picking up more seconds in the overall classification ahead of Corinne Rivera. Canyon SRAM hit the front with Lisa Klein putting her nose in the wind, doing much of the work, leading out Kasia Nieuwedoma in the 250-metre uphill sprint finish. Behind her, Vos was fifth wheel. As Cecchini pulled off, her work done, Niewiadoma launched her sprint. But she had race leader Vos on her wheel. The multiple world champion came around the Polish rider to win the second stage of the race and further extend her lead to 18 seconds over Emilia Farlin in the general classification. Farlin was second, Niewiadoma third. The Dutchwoman was delighted to take another win. The sun shone on Sofia Bertizzolo in the UCI Youth World Tour Leaders jersey and the peloton for stage 3, 154 kilometres from the Svinesund Bridge at the border of Sweden and Norway to Halden. As the flag dropped, there was an immediate injection of pace. In the first intermediate sprint, Christine Majerus of Boels Dolmans was the best of the bunch, ahead of Rivera and Vos. Then Kasia Niewiadoma wrapped up the Queen of the Mountains classifications, taking maximum points on the first climb of the day. After Niewiadoma had sat up, a break of 7 riders emerged. Maria Confalonieri of Valcar PBM, Lourdes Oyabaidi of Movistar Team, Anna Christian of Trek Drops, Sarah Penton of Team Virtue Cycling, Silvia Valsecchi of B Pink, Anna Santesteban of Ale Cipollini, and Sarah Olsen of the Swedish national team. They enjoyed an advantage of almost 3.5 minutes before the peloton brought them back. Soon after, Vita Heine in the national jersey of Norway attacked. But the peloton was very active, strung out in one long line, with attacks flying off the front. Julie van der Velde of Lotto Soudal Ladies was allowed a 17-second advantage before Amelia Didriksen in the Danish national kit brought her back under control. A brief moment of calm followed as the peloton fanned across the full width of the road. On the fast ascent back to Halden, the peloton split into 2 groups, with 37 riders remaining to race the finishing circuit of 15 kilometres. The intermediate sprint was fiercely contested, with Amelia Farlin clinching it ahead of Majerus and Rivera. On the final lap, world time trial champion Annemiek van Vleuten attacked through a technical section of the course, but was soon caught by a very active peloton. The peloton was strung out in one long line, with Trek Drops rider Hannah Payton and Danish champion Didriksen on the front in the final kilometre. Once again, Vos was perfectly positioned for the sprint. Luxembourg champion Majerus was sitting on her wheel. Approaching the final few hundred metres, the sprinters made the most of the full width of the road, with Confalonieri jumping clear 300 metres from the line. But Vos was bearing down on her, with Didriksen also well positioned. On the final corner, Rivera moved up, and it was a two-woman sprint to the line. But Vos would not be beaten. She won the third stage, completing her hat-trick, and clinched the overall title by 22 seconds ahead of Amelia Farlin. And with that result, she also moved into the UCI Women's World Tour Leaders jersey.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break.
Hello, I'm Ashley Morman-Passio and welcome back to the Voxwomen cycling show.
The peloton lined up in Plouay for the hilly and tough Grand Prix Plouay, the next round of the UCI Women's World Tour. After her recent successes, Marianne Vos of Wild Deals Pro Cycling was in the purple UCI Women's World Tour Leaders jersey. First held in 2002, previous winners include Lizzie Deignan, Annemiek van Vleuten, Emma Pooley and Vos. The course included the climbs of the Côte de l'Oiseau and the Côte de Timarec, providing a tough test over 125 kilometres. With 57k to go, the pace was relentless. And soon a large group of riders broke clear. With all the major teams represented, the top stars were keen to make this move stick. Local rider Audrey Cordon-Ragot loves this race and was seen pushing the pace on the front for Wiggle High Five. But despite huge efforts, the race reformed, principally under the pace of Cervelo Bigla, who were not represented by their key riders up front. After 2 hours of racing and under a warm sun, the peloton rolled through the line again with no major splits. Canyon SRAM's Tiffany Cromwell was cornering superbly and attacked hard. The winner of stages of the Giro Rosa set a furious tempo. But Mitchelton Scott did not want to let her go. After more attacks by Canyon Schramm, countered by Waldils Pro Cycling, Hanna Nilsson of BTC Ljubljana raced clear. The Swedish rider opened up a few seconds lead, but again all the top teams massed at the front to close it down. Ashley Moolman-Pasio of Cervelo Bigla asked her team for help. With just under 25 kilometers remaining, she was caught. Cecilie Uttrup Ludwig moved to the front and attacked hard. But German champion Liane Lippert was quickly on her wheel. This move was full of star names. Marianne Vos was present in the UCI Women's World Tour jersey. It became clear the move was premeditated. As soon as Uttrup Ludwig slowed, her teammate Moolman-Pasio put in a huge surge. Vos and Elisa Longo Borghini responded. Megan Garnier of Boels Dolmans was also there in one of her final races as a pro rider. The pace Moolman-Pasio set was relentless and hurt a lot of legs. But even that move didn't make any headway. The GP Plouay was proving to be a hard, wearing and tough race to win. Mitchelton Scott in yellow and black wanted to keep the race more controlled. Inside the final 5 kilometers, all the major favourites were still present in the race. Renowned climber Amanda Spratt was looking forward to the uphill finish. Then Kajenyu Adoma attacked for Canyon Schramm, but Elisa Longo Borghini matched that move. She then attacked with a massive surge of power. The former Italian champion and Olympic medalist will ride for Trek in 2019 and was keen to finish her time with Wiggle High 5 with a win. She continued her move for a long time on the uphill drag and opened up a few seconds lead. Again, Moolman-Pasio looked to bring the race together. But Vos did not want Longo Borghini to be given any more time and flew across the gap. In sight of the finish, the race was back together again. Megan Garnier used her speed to create a gap. Longo Borghini, though, somehow had the energy to match that move once again. Sprinters like Corinne Rivera were just hoping to be in with a chance, praying that the group stayed together. So many riders attacked in the closing kilometres, it was hard to keep track. Moolman-Pasio tried again. And so did Garnier. Soraya Paladin of Ale Cipollini created a dangerous gap. And with 1 kilometre to go, she had a few seconds. For a time, it looked like she might just take the win. She looked back, hoping no one would chase. Behind her, a group of 14 riders were getting organised. Eugenia Bujak and Amanda Spratt chased Paladin down in the finishing straight as the group hurtled toward the line. Marianne Vos unleashed her sprint, but it was fellow Dutchwoman Amy Pieters of Boels-Dolmans who picked up her second World Tour win of the season. She beat Vos into second, with Rivera finishing third. And Pieters was absolutely delighted. So Pieters takes the win, Vos second, Rivera third, Elena Cecchini just in fourth with Amanda Spratt in fifth. Her second place enough for Vos to maintain her lead in the UCI Women's World Tour. The HSBC UK Women's Road Series came to a thrilling conclusion in wet and wild conditions in North Yorkshire. The peloton remained intact before an attack from Anna Christian and national circuit champion Anna Henderson. There was a crash behind them, featuring Hayley Simmons and Anna Kay. On the brutal final ramp to the line, Henderson powered past Christian to take her second win of the series and to confirm her second place in the overall standings as well. Sophie Wright won the series with a round to spare. She will now race with Savela Bigler on the UCI Women's World Tour. That's all we have time for this month. Tune in next time for more from the world of women's cycling.
It's Annette Edmondson here. Thank you for watching the Voxwomen Cycling Show.